Hello, everybody. My name is Al Parsai. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and today I intend to review a very interesting topic with you. And since we are live, if you have any questions, you can post your questions, and I'll do my best to answer your questions after my presentation is done. If you are on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel, enable notifications. If you are on other platforms like Facebook, Twitter, or on LinkedIn, please follow us. So before further ado, let me show you the topic that we are going to discuss today. I'm going to talk about a IMP C11 work permit, which is an option for you to immigrate to Canada. Initially, you get a work permit, and hopefully it will open doors for you to also immigrate to Canada. Remember that the topics that I'm discussing in this video and the responses that I offer to comments, they do not constitute official advice. If you want official advice, you can book a consultation session with me, and then I will happily offer you immigration advice. This video is for training purposes, and of course, we cannot be held responsible for any inaccuracies. To introduce myself, my name is Al or Ali Reza Parsai. I hold a Master of Laws from York University, a Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology. I'm an RCIC IRB. It means that my practice is unrestricted. I am licensed since January 17th, 2011. My business, Parsai Immigration Services, is in downtown Toronto. We have two franchises. One is Fort Area, Ontario, and the other one is in Edmonton, Alberta. But our main office is located at Sheraton Centre, Toronto, in downtown Toronto in the financial district. I'm an adjunct professor at Queen's University Law School. I also teach immigration courses at Ashton College. I have had clients from 55 plus countries in this world, and I'm the author of 88 Tips on Immigration to Canada, which has been identified as a bestseller under the immigration law by Amazon.ca several times. I have written hundreds of articles about immigration to Canada, and I teach immigration to my colleagues as well. Let me make sure that we do have comments here. Okay, and now let's move forward with our topic today. So the first thing you need to know is that who may work in Canada. If you want to work in Canada, then you need to first have authorization to work in Canada. People who by default have authorization to work in Canada are permanent residents of Canada and Canadian citizens. Also, if you are a work permit holder, based on the limitations on your work permit, you may work in Canada. And there are certain people who are exempt from the requirements of having a work permit under the authority of Section 186 of the immigration regulations. If you need to apply for a work permit, you can actually do so. First, of course, unless you are exempt from the requirements of an LMIA, you need to refer to ESDC to get an LMIA. LMIA stands for Labor Market Impact Assessment. It's a letter that is being issued by Employment and Social Development Canada, or ESDC, or Service Canada. And if on that letter they say that hiring this foreign national has neutral or positive effects on the immigration labor on the Canadian labor market, then you may continue and proceed with application for a work permit. The LMIA process is time consuming, it's costly, it's prone to refusal, and that's why many people prefer not to go through the process of LMIA. So is there a solution around that? Is it possible for us to apply for a work permit without the LMIA process? It is, in fact, the government of Canada has a special program. It's called IMP, International Mobility Program. And international mobility program allows certain people not to apply for a not to apply for an LMIA, and without an LMIA apply for a work permit. By the way, if you have any questions, you can post questions in the chat box, and when I'm done with the presentation, I will happily answer your questions. So in terms of international mobility program, you need to know that there are certain reasons that the immigration authorities allow people to apply for a work permit without an LMIA. These are based on the public policies, based on the international agreements or arrangements, Canadian interest, no other means of support, permanent resident applicants in Canada, vulnerable workers, etc. And these all fall under the authority of sections 204 to 208 of the immigration regulations. If you are from a visa exempt country, you may also approach the International Mobility Workers Unit or IMWU and ask them if you qualify for international mobility program if the application that you are making is exempt from the requirements of a work permit, of an LMIA or not. So one of many codes that we have for work permit without an LMIA is code C11. And code C11 is designed for entrepreneurs and self-employed people. Some of those people, they have dual intent. For example, they have initiated the process of self-employed immigration to Quebec, and now while they are waiting for the application to be processed, they also want to apply for a work permit. But majority of people who apply for a work permit under IMP C11, they don't have dual intent, and they simply want to apply for a work permit under this program, and then later apply for permanent residence or not apply for permanent residence. Now, how do you could potentially receive a work permit under IMP C11? If we look at this chart, it tells you three major factors that an officer will look into them to decide whether to issue you a work permit under IMP C11 or not. And of course, what I'm offering here is very generic, and the specifics are sometimes super complicated. But just to give you an idea, you need to meet all these criteria. Number one, you have a plausible plan that contributes to Canadian economy. So they need to look into that. And then if they are convinced, then of course, when I say it is it contributes to Canadian economy, we're looking at, for example, you create jobs, you contribute to the social fabric of Canada, the cultural fabric of Canada, the athletics of Canada, etc. So it could be various reasons. I have had clients from so many different walks of life and so many different business backgrounds. But at the end of the day, if they show that they can create jobs for Canadians and contribute to our economy, that's when you meet the first factor. The second factor is that you are the right person to manage that business. They look into your uh, financial state. They look into your business background, your success stories, your education. Overall, are you the person who will be able to run this business effectively? And the third one is that I look into whether you have taken proper steps or initial steps to run this business. You don't really need to run this business completely, but you can take a few steps. For example, have a business plan, have registered a business in Canada that you own at least 50% of that. For example, having a website, having an office, those kinds of activities. So at the end of the day, if they see that you have taken steps, then the officer will come to the conclusion that you meet the requirements of IMP C11. Remember that if you just meet the requirements of IMP C11, they don't necessarily issue the work permit. They also need to look into Section 200 of the regulations, meaning that, for example, you will leave Canada by the end of your authorized stay in Canada. You do not intend to overstay in Canada. You are not inadmissible to Canada. You have properly submitted your application, etc. But these three factors are the three major factors that an officer looks into them to decide whether you qualify for IMP C11 or not. And then about your dependent family members. So if you look at the dependent family members for your spouse or common law partner, you may apply for an open work permit under IMP code C41. For your minor children, if they are outside Canada and they are from a visa required country, then you apply for an open study permit. If they are inside Canada or if they are exempt from the requirements of a visa, in that situation, you apply for a visitor record either at the port of entry or while you are inside Canada. And children, minor children, may study in Canada. In most provinces, if they go to public schools, they also are free from tuitions. And then dependent adult children, it's better to consider them separate. And by dependent adult children, I'm talking about children who are usually 18 or older, in some provinces 19 and older, but they are still under 22. So they are part of your family. They are dependent family members under the immigration law. But unfortunately, for the purpose of this type of application, the best that you can do is that you apply for them separately for a temporary resident visa or a study permit, etc. So can you become a permanent resident after you get a work permit under IMP C11? So remember that this program is not for permanent residency. This program is for a work permit. However, if you work in Canada for 1 year, and then after that 1 year your business offers you a job, then you can potentially apply for permanent residence under the federal skilled worker class, which is a subcategory of the express entry system. Obviously you need to meet the minimum requirements for federal skilled worker class, but at the end of the day, this is the main option for immigration for many people. In most cases, because you are offering yourself a senior position, you could receive up to 200 CRS score, and that will give you an edge in your application under express entry. Keep in mind that the immigration procedures constantly change, so this could change. That's why you also need to consider alternatives. For example, the express entry for the spouse. If your spouse or common law partner is currently working in Canada, then another potential option would be for your spouse to apply for example, express entry under the Canadian Experience class, assuming they meet the requirements. Or sometimes you could, or your spouse could qualify for provincial options such as Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program for entrepreneurs, or OINP-ES, and many other programs that are available through different provinces depending on which province you are at. So what about us? Can we help you with the process? Yes, we can help you with the process. In fact, we can assess your eligibility for the program. I can do that. We can share with you when you hire us. We can share with you forms and document checklists. We assist you through a third party to register your business in Canada. We write your business plan. We assist you with developing your website. We assist you in preparation of your package, filling out your forms, reviewing the documents that you have prepared. We submit the application on your behalf. We create the job offer for you, and I will represent you to the immigration authorities. I have represented clients under this program from 20 different countries so far. And of course, in total, I've had clients from 56 different countries, so more than 55 countries. I believe we reached 56 or 57. And that's why we can help you. So if you're interested, you can get in touch with Parsai Immigration Services, or visit our website, settler.ca, and we will help you. I can show you another source. If you visit our website, settler.ca, there is this button on the top right corner that is assessment form. If you click the assessment form, then under the assessment form, there is a button for business programs. You need to click this button, and then a simple questionnaire appears here. You answer a few questions, and then you submit this form, and then we will review that form. If we believe that there is a chance for you to apply under this program or any other business options, then we will get in touch with you for further assessment. Okay, so I'm done with the presentation. Let me show you here. So if you have any questions, you can get in touch with us by visiting settler.ca. There is a form that you can fill out, the contact form over there. Ask your questions. If your question is of generic nature, we will just send you basically generic information. But if you need consultation, we will ask you to book a consultation session with me. For the latest immigration news, you can visit settler.news, or if you just click settler.ca, again on the top there is a button for news, and for more information about different immigration options, you can visit settler.info. Thank you very much for visiting this live session. This is the first time I'm posting a live session on multiple platforms. So when I'm done with this presentation, I will go and check out those platforms to see how we did. So please leave your comments on those platforms. It gives me a better idea whether to continue this format or not, and if I want to continue this format, how I can make it better. Again, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Al Parsai. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I hold a Master of Laws from York University. I'm an RCIC-IRB. It means that I have an unrestricted practice. I can represent clients both to Immigration, Refugee, Citizenship Canada or IRCC, and Immigration Refugee Board of Canada, and also to CBSA or Canada Border Services Agency, and ESTC, Employment and Social Development Canada. Please follow us if you are watching us on YouTube. Please follow us on YouTube, and subscribe to our channel. If you are coming from other channels, thank you very much for watching this video, and see you soon. Bye now.